So, let's humble ourselves for a prayer. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we thank you for today. We thank you for our lesson you've enabled us to have, Lord. As it's going to start, come and lead us, come and guide us, and enable us to understand all. Through Christ Jesus our Lord, I believe and prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for the word of prayer. And here we are. We are going to start our session today. And I'm going to be the one to take you through this session. In our today's lesson, I understand that in your different schools where you are, I am assuming that you are able to complete the first 4 topics of the term. That is to say, you were able to do equation of a straight line, you were able to do trigonometry 1, data collection, and then vectors. That is my assumption. Now, in case you finished all those 4 topics, in the chat, you tell us yes. If you did not, then tell us no. And then I want to establish how many finished and how many were unable to do all the topics. Okay. 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 I'm saying that I think that yes, people saying yes are many compared to the people saying no. Okay. But still those who were unable to complete, what we are going to do, let's utilize this holiday to teach ourselves some of these concepts, but we can share some guiding videos to help you. Now, in our session today, our focus is going to be now on term 2 work. And I'm going to concentrate on the topic of ratios and proportions. That is the topic that I'm going to be that I'm going to share with you today in our session. Okay, we can start. I have a scenario. We can have someone read for us the scenario. You read for us. Okay, let me first lower the hands such that I get to know who wants to read for us. Okay. Scaffold, unmute.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
10-year-old Angel is the eldest of 3 children. On this particular Saturday, their mother had an errand to run and requested Angel to prepare rice for lunch by giving her specific instructions. In brackets, the sauce was already in place.
Okay. Thank you. Can we have praise to continue from there?
Due to too much play, the only instruction that Angel could remember was to prepare a cup of rice. She went ahead to prepare the rice by putting 4 cups of water in the 1 cup of rice.
Okay. Thank you, praise. Now we are going to start on the questions. So I'm starting with Maria. Maria, read for us the first question and you tell us what you think the answer is. Others, you can participate by putting your answers in the chat. Yes, Maria.
Question number 1. How do you think the rice turned out? I think the rice was turned out soggy, I don't know how I can define it, or porridge-like, because the water wasn't proportionate to the cup of rice.
Okay, thank you so much, Maria. Okay, that is true, according to Maria. I have Mapula. Read for us the second question. and you tell us what you think your response. Mapla? Oh, Mapla is not unmuting. Jeremiah?
Uh, I think the problem was that she put more water than the rice, which made it unproportional.
Okay. Jeremiah is saying because he put more water than the rice. And from the chat, someone told us, Hope told us that it became watery. Yes. Okay. We are going to continue. I'm going to another person. We have another question there. Mapla, you did not unmute. Oh, Mapla, are you able to unmute? Praise, are you able to unmute?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Number 3.
What do you think should have been the right quantity of water that Angel should have used? I think Angel should have used 2 cups of water in 1 cup of rice. She should have used 2 cups of water.
Okay. So allow me to write your response. So Praise is telling us that water, cup of cups of water would have been 2. Then the rice to be 1 cup, not so?
Yes.
Okay. That is how Praise cooks at home. True?
Yes.
What about Mapula? For you, how do you cook? And the rest, for you, how do you cook at home? If you have 1 cup of rice, how many cups do you put of water? Elena, also you can share with us.
So for me, if I'm to use boiled water, I'll put 3 cups. If it's unboiled water, I'll put 2 cups.
Okay, 3 cups for boiled water, 2 cups for, okay. Then Teddy, for you, how do you cook? Teddy, unmute. Teddy, go on.
If I were me, I would put 2 cups of cold water.
Okay, 2 cups of cold water in 1 cup of rice. I think members, even according to the chat, Frida is saying 2 cups of water. Irina 3, 2 cups. Okay, I think many of you are agreeing that we put 2 cups in 1 cup of rice. But if at all I was me, I can put more depending on the nature of the rice, because sometimes it depends. I am told there is some kind of rice that may require some more water compared to the rest. So according to me, it will depend on the nature of the rice. But 2 cups, I think it is very proportionate. Okay, thank you, members. Then number 4. Patricia, are you giving us the answer for number 4? We have number 4. Who's giving us the answer? Okay, yes, Jerome. Oh, Patricia, anyone giving us the answer? Oh, yes, Vero, Cruz.
The term is called ratios.
So the term is called ratios. Very good. Now, the topic we are going to be looking at today, we are going to look at the comparison between different quantities. Like you have noticed, we can compare the cups of water we put in rice. So here we are comparing 2 things. We are comparing the liquid, which is our water. Okay, we are comparing the water and then the rice. But you have noticed that we compare same items, cups and then cups. So you compare the number of cups of rice and the number of cups of water. Now, by show of hands, which other items at home or in daily life do we usually compare? Do we usually have in terms of ratios? You can raise up the hand and you share. I start with Hope. Oh, help is not. Maria?
Sometimes other items that we also compare
Teacher,
is porridge, like porridge and hot water, or just porridge and water. Like
Can you
sometimes when you're
compare to
making,
us? Compare for us and we see.
uh, maybe for like two, like 5 tablespoons of the flour, you need like 3 cups of hot water.
Okay, good. Thank you, Maria. Letitia? Letitia? Unmute. Oh, Joe? Oh, Joe is not unmuting. Jeremiah?
I think also when you're making tea, the proportion of that tea, of like 1 cup of tea, you put like 2 spoonfuls of sugar.
Okay, that is good. Pros, shadow, any of you to share with us?
as I can compare the ratio of milk to water.
I beg your pardon?
We can compare the ratio of milk to water.
Milk and water. Very good. That is true. You tell us how you compare at home, those things.
For example, we have some milk,
Yes?
then you put 2 cups of water.
If you have 1 liter of milk or 1 cup of milk, how many cups of water do you put?
You put two cups of
3.
water.
That is correct. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
The comparison between milk and tea leaf. Like if you're making tea, 1 cup of milk and you put 1 teaspoon of tea leaf. Hello?
That is correct, Zara. Thank you. The last one, Emix. Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you so much, members. All what you have shared is very okay and is very correct. So we compare, even at schools, you have seen where we compare the boys to girls. That's according to Emix. Pauline compares sugar to put in the tea. We compare money, tea and sugar, distribution of money. Some of you at home, but sometimes when you are going back to school, let me say you have your brothers and sisters. Sometimes the parents say, Yisiko has been doing a lot of work. He deserves 50,000. Elisha has been doing little work. He deserves 10,000. So they keep on comparing depending on what you have done, the kind of work you have been able to support them with. Now the topic, Gloria has told us even we compare women to men. I don't know. I don't know, Gloria, but I don't know that, Gloria, you can explain to us. Gloria, are you in position to throw more light? Okay. Yeah, so there are quite a lot of things that we keep on comparing in daily life. So the topic we are going to look at is the topic of compulsion. Is a topic where we are going to look at two quantities or more than that. The way you buy your milk at home, some of you buy quencher. I don't know whether you still buy quencher. In our times, we used to buy that quencher and we used to get a half a cup. Then we pour there 2 cups, we dilute. Yes, so something like that. So there are quite a lot of things we compare in our lives, and there are a lot of things we are going to keep on relating. When you go to cement, anyone who knows how the ratio for cement, if you have 1 bag of cement, in the chart, you tell us how many wheelbarrows of sand do you put there? Yes, if you have I'm waiting to see whether people, Doreen is saying, 2 others are saying for yes. So also when it comes to cement and sand, always we try to compare the two. So the topic we are going to deal with, we are going to look at compulsion of things. But always, please, when we are dealing with these things, always take note that we deal with one item. Okay, now we start. May I ask you now to write our topic in your book? Yes, write the topic and let us write the competency. Hope now we are almost on the same page. Kindly let me know that yes, we're on the same page. Are we on the same page? You can let me know through the chat. Frida is saying yes. Okay, some of you are suggesting we take screenshots. Okay, that is very okay. Yes. Now I want you in your book to write there at least 3 examples that involve compulsion. Just write 3 examples that you feel they involve compulsion. But I want you to, when you are writing, write in the same quantities. Let me say, an example I can give myself that in 1 cup of milk, I put 2 cups of water. There you are comparing the same items. That 1 cup, I'll put 2 cups of water. 1 cup of rice, I put 3 cups of water. Yes. 1 wheelbarrow of sand, I put this. So you compare the same things. Okay. When we finish that, now we are going to look at the next activity. We are going to look at what are some of these keywords that we are going to find in this topic. These are the keywords that you are going to find in this topic. We are going to look at the word ratio, and that is the first word that we shall look on. Then we shall go on to look at scales. We shall look at proportions. We shall look at inverse. We shall look at scatter diagrams and line of best fit. Now I'm going to ask you, write these keywords. Then after the lesson, you'll make your personal research on each of the words. What we call a scale, what we call a proportion. Proportional, like when you look at the question we did at first, you notice that the amount of water this girl Angel was putting was not proportional to the amount of rice he had boiled. So the kind of rice we got messed up a bit. The same thing happens when it comes to milk. When you have 1 cup of milk and you put there a lot of water, you dilute it so it loses that taste of being the real milk. Yes, so that is one of the disadvantages, that whenever you do things not in a proportional way, one of the two things are always lost. Okay. Okay. You let me know whether we can continue. The moment you say continue, we shall be able to continue. How is milk and water the same, teacher? I'm looking at the cups. Remember, when we are looking at quantities, we are looking at like, when you are boiling milk, those who buy milk, I am assuming that when you buy your 1 liter of milk, 1 liter of milk, 1 liter of milk, I think those are 2 cups of milk. When you are diluting it, you put water. So the amount of water you put, let me say you put maybe 3 cups, depending on how big the family is, or depending on what you have. So that this is a kind of compulsion, that 2 cups of milk, you put 3 cups of water. That is a kind of compulsion. Let me hope you have got the point very well. And both of them are liquids, And both of them are liquids, and you can compare them. That's okay. I think now we are good to continue. Okay, now you may ask yourself, where else do we use this knowledge? When you look at my screen, I'm showing you, I know some of you very soon you'll go to North Carolina, you're going to be moving around the world. But one of the areas where we are going to apply this topic is going to be on maps. Yesterday you did something in geography about the map. When you look at the map, at first the map can be very big. But through the knowledge of ratios and proportions, we can scale it up. So we make it a bit smaller such that it can fit. So you'll always find that always on your maps, even the geography maps, you are going to find yourself having a scale. Yes, and this scale here, it is the ratio. So it shows you that what 1 centimeter represents on the map, what is the actual on the ground. So you'll find such scales on your maps that you're going to be dealing with. So this topic will be very applicable in map reading, and you'll find the scales always indicated for you there. Hope that is very, very okay. So ratios, it is used in the map reading, scales, and drawing. Even if it comes to buildings, some of you want to be architects. Yes, in the architecture world, you'll find yourself requiring the use of this knowledge, whereby instead of carrying a big building, you put it on the paper and then you scale it up. You say, this one represents this one represents that. So that is where we are going to be using. This is the map of Kampala, and you can look at it now. When you go to the map, you notice that Kampala is very big, but on the map will appear small. So this is an application of ratios and scales. So what is our learning outcome or learning objective today? 1, by the end of this lesson, I do expect that you must be able to find what you call an equivalent ratio and how to simplify them. But also, we are going to learn about how can we share given ratios. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, you are going to first make some notes, and I'm going to ask you to give me, what do you think? I've given you the first example. What is the ratio of the blue to green sweets below? Put your answer in the chat. I want you to take note. I've said blue to green. Put your answer. Now I'm checking whether we are able to observe. Place your answers. Okay, yes, Trevor. Okay. From the chat, people are saying it is 3 to 4. Very good, members. That is very correct. And I want us always to take note of the word to. The moment you find two, we shall use those colons to represent. So our answer here is 3 to 4. Let me hope we are there. So you count, how many blues do you have? There are 3. How many greens do you have? Okay, I think yes. So the order will always matter. When they start with the blue, say start with the blue and then after mention the green. Okay. Kindly let me know through the chat whether we are good to continue. You just say continue. Yes, Trevor, we are covering ratios and proportion. Okay, people are saying continue. Okay, very good. We continue to the next one. Now, I'm going to ask you that we take some smaller notes in our books, what we call a ratio, how we represent it, and how it can be denoted. So let me give you some few minutes. You take note. Take note. Yeah, I'm waiting for people to let me know. Okay, very good. Members have been able to finish. Okay, I think we are good to continue. Okay. Okay, now please do not forget that we can write our ratio in that in that format of using the colon, and sometimes it can be put. Yeah. My first question is there. Write down the ratios of the following. So let me allow you put your answers in the no, first put your answers in the book and then you can type in the chat. Trevor, I'm seeing your hand up. I don't know what the problem. Okay. So put your answers in the chat. Okay. I think from the chat, people have the answers. People have the answers. Okay. Thank you, Praise. Thank you, Doreen, Rapex. Okay. Okay. Someone, you can raise up the hand and you share with us now what you have. You tell us for number one, this is my answer. Okay, Rapex. Oh.
6 to 9.
6 to 9. Good. Rina. Hope I've pronounced your name well.
Number 1 is 4 to 8.
Number 1 is 4 to 8. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Trevor.
Number 1 is 4 to 8.
4 to 8. Okay. Now we are going to number 2.
Then number 2 is
Mm.
number 2 is 8 to 6. 8 to 6.
Okay. Doreen, number 3.
Master.
Yes, that is correct. That is okay.
Master, number 3 is 6 to 9.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Let me hope those are the answers we have, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, I have more here. I have more here. I have more here. Divine Mercy. Divine Mercy, you can give us. Oh, Divine Mercy has put the hand down. Oh, Doreen, Vania Clarice.
Number 4 is 12 to 8.
12 to
12
8.
to 9.
12 to 9, 12 to 8. Doreen, which one is which?
It is 12 to 8.
12 to 8. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Master.
Okay.
Master.
Okay. Yes.
12 to 8.
12 to 8, eh? Okay. That is very okay. Yeah. So it is a matter of us just counting how many dogs we have and how many cats we do have. Okay. Now, I hope those are the answers you have. Not so? Those are the answers you have. Okay. Now, what are we going to do next? Whenever we have our ratios and they want us to simplify them into their simplest form. Simplest form, it means that you can't go beyond that given point. You simplify it until nothing can go through it. Now, what do? When I have 8 to 6, you can ask yourself, what is the highest common factor of 8 and 6? In the chat, I'm just testing. What is that number that goes through 8 and 6 simultaneously at the same time without leaving any remainder? People are saying 2. So meaning that we shall divide by 2, divide by 2. So we shall end up with 4 and then 3. So yes, this is a very brilliant class. So that's how. Oh, okay. It is okay. So now our ratio will be 4 to 3. So you look out for 8 and you look out for 6. So you ask yourself, what is that highest common factor of 8 and 6? Surely it is 2. By 2 you get 4. By 2 you get 3. So it becomes 4 and 3. Now class, what about when I have 9 and I have 3? What is that highest number that can go through 9 and 3 at the same time? Oh, people have already put the answer. Karen, praise. Very good. So it is 3. So mean that you'll divide by 3, divide by 3. So you end up with 3 and 1. Now that is always what you do whenever they tell you to simplify. The beauty is that with simplification, the moment you find yourself that you are not exhausting, you'll find yourself that there is something not yet okay. Members, let me know through the chat. Are we good to continue? Is simplifying very okay? Are we good to continue? Just say yes, yes, and we see. Or no, no, no. And then we see which people we need to help. Okay. Okay, I think we are good to go. We are good to go. Okay, now that's what we call simplifying. Okay, now we are going to look at what we call equivalent ratios. Now, the way you hear the word equivalent, now equivalent are those ratios which when we simplify them in their simplest form, we obtain the same answers. I want us to look, I'm going to give you one example. We have said that something to be equivalent, it means that if those fractions are simplified in their simplest form, you get the same answer. An example can be, I'm going to give you one example of what we call, what? Allow me to give you one example. Or someone in the chat is already giving us. Okay. If in case they don't have the same common factor, then you cannot simplify them further. So I have here, this is my ratio. This is 1. Then another one I have is 4:8. These are two different ratios. Now, class, we come back to the first one. When we simplify 3 and 6 to its simplest form in the chart, what answer do we get? Eric is saying 1 to 2. Josh is saying 1 to 3. Zepla 1 to 2. 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Very good. So you notice that when you divide here by 2, we shall end up with by 3. So we shall end up with 1 to 2. Class, what about 4 to 8? When we simplify it to its simplest form, what do we 4 to 8? People are saying 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2. Very good. So meaning that we shall divide here by 4, divide by 4. So we end up with 1 to 2. Now that one means that 3 and 6 and 4 and 8 are equivalent ratios. Because when you simplify them to their simplest form, we end up with the same ratio. Class, are we on the same page? Let me know. Are we on the same page about what you call equivalent ratios? Some are saying, In case you are stuck, in case you feel you are not yet there, kindly raise up your hand. Those are the people I want. Those who are putting their hands up, allow me to lower all your hands down, such that I want now people who have not picked that idea of equivalent to raise up their hands. You can't wait. I want first put all your hands down and then you raise again. Now, in case you have challenges with equivalent fractions, okay, yes, Maria.
Excuse me, teacher. My okay, mine is like how these equivalent ratios are. Can it be the same thing as, for example, maybe I say, like how we were saying, 1 cup of rice, you need 2. So if there are 3, you need 6.
Pardon, when you are there?
Like, my question is, like, these equivalent ratios, are they like these things of saying, if you have 1 cup of rice, then there are 2 cups of water, isn't it? So
Yes.
if you have
Good.
rice, then If you have
So,
3, then those are
when you have 2 cups, how many cups of water do you need?
4,
When you have 3, how many cups do you need?
6.
6. Yes. Now, those are what you call equivalent ratios. What have you noticed? To move from the 2 cups of water to the 4 cups of water.
Like every cup multiply by.
By?
So if you have if you have 3 cups, to get the amount of water you need, you multiply the 3 by 2. So you double.
Yes, you double. Yes, so that is how the equivalent ratios work.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bernard?
I didn't get how you divide. Like how we have 4 to 8. How you divide, have like 4 to 8. Why can't we use 2 instead of 4?
Yes. Okay. Now, David, what happens when you use by 2 by 2? 4 goes into 2 how many times?
2.
Then 8 into?
4.
Now, David, when we stop at 2 to 4, we have not yet simplified in its simplest form. So you continue dividing by 2. So you continue by 2, what do you have?
1.
By 2, what do you have?
2.
Yes. So that's what you have to do. That you must simplify such that there is no any other factor that can go through those 2 ratios, those 2 digits you are dealing with. Have you picked it?
Yes.
Okay. The rest, please, I expect you to be writing. And I want to give yourself some examples. Unique. Oh, okay. Unique, I'm not getting you. Rapex. Oh, Rapex, I'm not getting you. Jojo.
Okay, sir. My question is, where are these ratios like applied in a scenario-based question? Like, for example. Yes.
Oh, were you here at the start of the lesson?
Can I join 10 minutes back?
Oh, okay. Because we shared a scenario and we looked at the different ways on where we apply them. A case in point, we say that when it comes to milking, we shall find it there. Okay. Yes, we say that.
Before.
Say, one, we say that when we are sharing is where we are going to apply some of these ratio things. Ratios, we are going to be applying them when it comes to sharing of things. Yeah, but we are going to look at the scenario questions. But I've told you, in case it comes to money issues, we shall say, we can say that share them equivalently. So we can put such words. So you need to know what they mean. But we are going to look at the scenario questions on how we can share them. Okay, let me hope everyone now has finished to write and you have given yourself at least an example. I am picking one hand, Marcus and Patrick, one of you. Who is that? Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for picking my hand. Actually, I've just come and I'm grateful that you have already said what I wanted. I wanted to ask how it is used in case it's scenario. I have a scenario-based question there, which needs the concept, but I was unable to answer it. So you have already answered for me how it is supposed to be done. So the thing here is now putting that ratio, I failed. So the question is there with me, but I don't know how I can bring it.
Okay. Marcus? Okay. Now, dear members, we are going to look at those scenario questions. This topic has a lot of scenario questions, so we are going to apply. But before we reach the application of the scenario questions, we need to first understand the basics. Because there's no way you are going to attempt a scenario minus knowing the what? The basics. Yeah. Okay. We start. You are doing that number. Start with that number. When you finish, put the answer in the chat. Find in simplest form the ratio. You're finding in simplest form. So mind you, it doesn't matter how you start, but make sure where we are. Yes, make sure where you are, you cannot go beyond it. Okay, very good. People are saying 3 to 4. Very good. Can someone take us through? Who wants to take us through? You can raise your hand and you take us through. One person. Okay. Oh, okay. Teddy? Teddy?
You get 15 out of 5 to 20 out of 5.
Out of 5.
Which is
out of 5.
3 to
Which is 3 to?
3 to 4.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Teddy. That is correct. And I expected everyone to do it like that. We have part B is there. Find in simplest form the ratio 45 minutes to 2 hours. I'll be looking through the chat. People saying 3 to 8. Someone saying I'm lost. I don't know who's lost. Angela, can you unmute?
Yes, I'm lost because I was not around and I have joined.
So I cannot hear. Okay. Okay, Ariel, take us through this number.
Okay, for this number, we have minute and hours. So to solve it easily, we're going to change the 2 hours to minutes. So that would be 120 minutes. So we
Okay.
find the LCM,
How
which
many
is
minutes do we
15,
have in 1 hour?
60 minutes in 1 hour and 120 in 2 hours.
Okay, so we shall, okay. Continue.
Then we find the LCM of the two, which will be 15.
Are we finding LCM? We are finding HCF.
Oh, so it's HCF.
Okay, we are finding the HCF
of 45 and 120.
And 120, okay.
So yeah, we'll get 15. So we take 45 over 15 and 120 over 15. And our answer will be 3 over 8, which is 3 to 8 as a ratio.
Okay, so 3 to 8, that's what you have? Okay, okay. Thank you. That is correct. Thank you, Ariel. Looking through the chat, people have the answer. Yes. Yes. So like we have said, we first convert what is easy. Okay. Okay. And yes, always first convert the hours to minutes. It can be easier that way. Okay. I have another one. Number 3 is there. I don't know whether you can see it clearly, but I can maybe first transfer because I know there are people who are still writing this. So we are going to first try that one. Yeah. So let me, everyone is trying. We need first try before.
ayagala game. Oyo wa busonko.
Yeah, looking through the chat, I'm not saying people have tried. People have tried. People have tried, but for some, things are coming out. For others, things are still there. But thank you for trying. We are going now to do it. That is a very good start. That is very good, members. Now, let us start. Now, whenever you meet a ratio whereby the ratio is in decimals, always run for your life and first convert it into fractions. Now, the first thing you have to do, you note this 0.25, first convert it into a fraction. Convert 0.7 into a fraction. That is the first step for you to be able to do it very well. So what do? You know that 0.25 members in a fraction form, what is it equal to? I'm just saying now in the chat, we have started. What do you think it is equal to? What is 0.25? When you are writing it just in fraction, a quarter. People are saying a quarter, 1 divided by 4, which is good. We know 0.25 is the same as 25 out of 100. That is very okay, members. So if I want, I can write it as 1 to 25 out of 100. Then 0.75 0.75 is the same as 75 out of 100. Then I write it as 75 out of 100. Now, when we reach this step, now what are you going to do? You are going to get what we call the lowest common multiple. Now, for all the 3 things you are going to deal with. Now, the good thing here is like there is a 1. Now, you ask yourself, what is the lowest common multiple of 1, 100, and 100? You look at what you have in the denominator. So, class, what could be our lowest common multiple of all the 4? Of all those 3, Erika said it is 100. Very good. Now, after identifying that lowest common multiple, that our lowest common multiple is 100, what do? You multiply throughout each. So I'll say 1 out of 1 times 100, 2, 25 out of 100 times 100, 2, 75 out of 100 times 100. Now you are noticing that now the beauty is going to be 100 and 100 are going to cancel. 100 and 100 can cancel. So here 1 out of 1 is 1. So here we shall remain with 100 to 25 to 75. Now the moment you reach here, now you ask yourself, what is that digit that can go through all of them at once? But in case HCF is disturbing you, please you move slowly. Ask yourself, what is the first factor I can divide through? So you can say, let me start by 5, by 5, by 5. It is okay. You can move slowly until when you reach your destination. Do not hurry. In case you don't know, how to obtain the highest common factor. So this will be 20. This is going to be 5. And 75 divided by 5 is going to be 15. Then you ask yourself, is there another digit that can go through all of them? Yes, this 5. You say by 5, by 5, by 5. So 20 divided by 20 divided by 5, you get your answers 4. 2, 5 by 5 is 1, 2, 3. And now this is your answer. But those who know already, you would have used 20, 25. I don't know whether members were on the same page with that. Class, are we on the same page? You can let me know. Some are yes, some no. Okay. Now, those who have a problem, kindly raise up your hand, and then you ask. In case you have a challenge, you can raise up your hand. Okay. Yes, Cruz.
Master, I'm lost from here. Where did the 20 come from?
Where did it?
The 20 come from?
100 divided by 5. What do you have? That's why we have getting the 20. Divide by 5.
Okay, sir. I've seen.
Okay. Patrick.
Okay, thank you, sir. I was like, sir. Hello?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Okay, I was like, now there's these numbers, others, decimals, but this one is not a decimal. We also put this one as a fraction.
What?
We also change this one as a fraction.
Yeah, like one is the same as 1, so you cannot change it into a decimal.
Okay.
20.
Okay, thank you.
Is that fine? Okay. Blessing. Blessing.
So I just wanted you to like repeat the explanation.
For which part? Blessing where?
The whole thing.
Okay. Okay. Blessing, can you allow me to do another number? But don't mute.
Yeah.
Don't mute yourself. Leave your mic open. Stella. Stella. Okay. I'm not getting Stella. Bingo. Okay. I'm not getting Bingo. I'm not getting Stella. Puhira. Okay. 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 Now, Blessing, I want us to work together on this number. Members, I think now I can move on to another screen. Yes, I think so. Stella, we are going to work together. Are you still on?
Yeah.
Okay. So Stella, I have 3. 0.4 and 0.5. Is that okay, Stella? Hope Stella is still on. Sorry, Blessing. Now, what are we going to do, Blessing? The moment you notice that there are some decimals, first convert these decimals into a fraction. So Blessing, what is 0.4 as a what? A fraction?
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. Then 0.5?
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10, good. Now, from that step, the next thing you have to do is to make sure you eliminate what you have in the denominators. For those fractions, you eliminate what you have. in the denominator. But we know that any number is the same as having 1 out of it. Now, we are going to ask ourselves, Blessing, what is the LCM of 1, 10, and 10?
10.
It is 10. Those who don't know, you can come and draw your table. You say by 10, 1, 1, 1. So that's how. Now, after obtaining your LCM, that the LCM is going to be 10, you multiply it throughout. So we shall say 3 out of 1 times 10, 2, 4 out of 10 times 10, 2, 5 out of 10 times 10. Blessing, are we on the same page?
Yeah.
So what are we going to get down here for the first one?
30.
30. The next one?
4.
The next one?
5.
5. Then the next thing you ask yourself, can I be able to simplify that thing again into its simpler terms or beyond that?
Yeah.
By? Anything that can go through?
No, I don't see any.
So that means that you end at that point. You have simplified to its simplest form because you cannot go beyond that point. I don't know that we are okay, Blessing, on that step.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. So that is how you do it, members. So in case you reach a point where you cannot go beyond, you just stop there. And that is your answer. Okay. Stella, Claire, a question? Okay. Okay. I think class now we are good to continue. We are good to continue. Okay, now let us look at words. Let us now go into words. So you are going to first try it on your own, and then we start. Stella, your background is not so favorable for learning. So if you could get a better one, or you ask them to step out a bit. Okay, so let me hope members are trying out now the word. People are saying 10. Someone is saying 24, another one 36. Okay, Ni has a question. Yes, unmute Ni.
Teacher, can you just use the decimals like reduce?
I beg your pardon?
Can't you just use the decimals to reduce?
You may, but it may not be very easy for you. Have you tried it on your side?
Yeah, I tried.
Yes. Oh, Ni? I'm asking Ni, have you been able to try it?
Yes, I tried.
And did it come out?
It came out.
Then it is okay. It is okay. 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 Yes, Maria.
So I wanted to answer.
To answer, okay, you can start, no worries.
Okay, so you get the total ratio, which is 2 plus 3. That is 5. Now you're going to say maybe the first stream.
Yeah.
Its ratio is, okay, it is 2 out of 5 times 60. That will be 24.
Yeah. 24 what?
Textbooks.
Text. Okay.
Then the second stream got 3 out of 5 of 60 textbooks, which is 36 textbooks.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that
when
is
you
correct.
add them,
And then?
no, I'm just saying, and when you add them, you all get 60.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is very correct. Thank you. Class, are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? We should not leave you behind. Okay. It seems we're on the same page. Okay, very good. Okay, I think now we can continue. There is another one there. Also, let us first try it out. So we are trying that. Let me hope, Joel, we are together. Zara. Okay. Elisha. Yes. Elisha. Oh, Elisha is Samsung. Samsung, go on.
Yes, so we first add the ratios.
First get the ratio.
That is 3 plus 4 plus 1. So the total ratio is 8.
Okay.
So for Samar, is 3 out of 8 times 80 rows. So that's by 8, 1, by 8, 10, and 3 times 10, that's 30. Then Megan, four out of 8 times 80 rows. By 8, 1, by 8, 10, that's 40 rows. Then Stacy, 1 out of 8 times 80 euros. So 8, 1, by the other side 10, then 1 times 10, those are 10 euros. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. That is correct. Samsung. Okay, so members, that's how we do the sharing. So looking through the chat, I'm not saying we have correct answers, each and every one. Okay, I think we are good to continue. Oh, now I'm bringing in some kind of chemistry. Those who love chemistry, so can we try? And we have our answers in the chat. Okay, looking through the chat, I think members, we have the correct answers. They are 90, 150, 90. Okay, I think we are very safe, 90 and 150, 90 and 150, unless there's someone who is not getting them. But that's how we do get them. Okay, so we can advance more. Okay, can you take a screenshot for this? It is your turn. Just take a screenshot. You're going to try them in your free time. In your free time, you're going to try out these numbers. Okay. Hope members have taken a screenshot. Oh, now we start on another kind of question. So let us first write the question and then we start this type, whereby they are going to be hiding the total amount, but they give us the individual amount. So how do we approach it? So that is the task I want us to try. Yeah. I'm seeing some hands up. I don't know whether the hands I don't know that I don't know whether the hand is responding to those questions. Okay, let me first lower all your hands. It seems some of you are still having your hands up. And then who is going to take us through this question? Oh, okay, the first one is Maria. Yes, Maria.
So we're going to find the total amount shared. One thing you have to see here is that 2 is proportional to 6,000. So you have to get the total. You have to get 2 out of the total ratio, which is 10. So okay, first we are going to get the total ratio.
Okay, total ratio.
Which is 2 plus 3 plus 5. It's 10.
Okay.
Then we're going to say let the total amount shared be X. It can be any unknown. So it will be 2 out of 10 times X, which is equivalent to 6,000.
Why did you choose 2, not 3, not 5?
Because 2 is Daniela's ratio, and that ratio is proportional to that 6,000.
Okay.
So you can reduce there and have 1 out of 5 X. So times 5 on both sides. So X is equivalent to 30,000 shillings.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That is true. Let me hope members have seen where we have obtained 1 out of 5. We just reduce 2 out of 10 by 2 by 2. Okay. Thank you. Now I'm sure we can be able to get the rest. Let me pick someone to do for us. Yes, Gloria. Thank you, Maria. Yes, Gloria. Oh, Gloria, you are not unmuting. Okay. Now the rest you do them. Yes, Teddy. Gloria, are you able to talk?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Gloria, come first. Do for us for one person.
I'm going to do for Queen.
Okay.
So Queen has 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
And we have seen that 1 part is equivalent to 3,000.
Okay.
So we move on and then we say that if she has 3 parts, it will be 3,000 times the 3 parts that she has.
Okay, so you say 3 times 3,000.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So giving us how many as 9,000 shillings.
Okay. Yes. Before you go off, can you explain to people how you came up with the 3,000? Gloria.
Yeah, I came up with the 3,000 because if you see that Daniela has 2 parts and then the 2 parts are equal to 6,000.
2 parts are equal to 6,000. Oh. Okay, so one part, when you divide, will equal to 3,000. So that's how she obtained that. Okay, thank you. I think we lost you, but that is it. Yes, Melissa. Melissa?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to do for Audrey.
Okay.
So we see that Audrey has 5 parts. So we are going to get 5 out of the total ratio, which is 10 times the x, which is 30,000.
Okay.
Then we are going to cross the 0. And then when we multiply, we get 15,000. So Audrey has 15,000 total.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hope it is okay to everyone. Kindly let me know through the chat. Oh, Blessing is not yet on the same page. Blessing, unmute. Blessing. Oh, sorry. Blessing, come again. Okay. I'm failing to get her. Yes. Okay, but looking through the chat, it's not working. Blessing, unmute. Okay, okay, okay. I don't. Okay, I want to get people who have not picked. Yes, because Loy, where could the problem be? Yes, Loy.
The problem is that I haven't understood how you divided those figures. I just need some help.
Which figures? Where? Here?
Yes, here like yes, there.
Okay. Did you get this part here? This part fine?
The one you're doing now? The one you're doing now. This method I don't understand clearly.
No,
I
this one here,
understand the
2
one
out of
for
10.
parts.
Okay, no, like this one of 2 out of 10, x is equal to 6,000. Did you get this part?
Yes, I got it.
Yes. Now, for us to be able to obtain what the total amount is, we have to remove this numerator, the denominator. So I would multiply this side by 10. I multiply this side by 10. Now this 10 and this 10 cancels. So I remain with the 2x this side. Then this side, I'll have 60,000. Is that step fine?
Yes.
Then after, since I'm interested in x, I'll divide by 2. I'll divide by 2. So I'll end up with x by 2, 1 by 2, 3. So I end up with 30,000. Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Now, alternatively, you could ask yourself that Audrey shares 2 parts and her amount is 6,000. And what does one part represent? So one part, when you divide by 2, will represent 3,000. Now you ask yourself, what about the total, the 10 parts? How much do they contribute? So you say 10 times the 3,000, which will give you the 30,000.
Yes,
Is that
that's
fine?
where I understand better. Yes.
So you can do like that.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Let me hope we are now on the same page.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay. That is good. Okay, I'm going to check. Just take a screenshot. This one is just your homework. We are going to do one activity before, but I want you to take a screenshot of that as our homework, part of our homework. Oh, no. I'm giving you the answer. First, take a screenshot. Okay, let me hope people have finished. Now, what are we going to do? We are going to do one activity, and it's going to be online. So we are going to do one activity, and this activity is going to be online, and you are going to allow me to first disable the chat such that we do not distract anyone. So what are we going to do? I am going to place a link in the chat. We are going to do a quiz online. So I'm placing a link in the chat. So I'm placing a link in the chat. So I'm going to ask you I've sent the link here. Someone has told me that also I send it on the group. So I'm going to send it on the group. Okay. So I've also sent it on the group. Okay. So click on that link and then we join. I'll tell you that now people have started to join. Those people you're hearing, people are joining. So just click on that link. Those who may be required to put the code, that is the code. Yeah, click on the link. I've disabled the chat for now. Okay, are we good to start? So far, how many people have joined? 62. So let's reach 70. Let's reach 70 and we start. Okay, we have reached 70. I think now we are good to start. Hope you can see the updates. Yes. Congratulations. I don't know who that. Yeah. So it was very, very nice. So I think I will show you your results. I don't know whether you want to see them, how you have scored, but hope you can see how you have been able to score. That's how you have scored. You have scored. Yeah. So that's how things went on. Yeah, but at least I'm happy. Many of you are above 60, 50, which is not bad. Yeah. You can see how you have scored. Yeah, so that's how things went on. Others came in a bit late, so you missed quite a number of questions. Yeah, so thank you so much for attending. I think as one of you wanted the group link, so I'm going to share. I'm going to share that link. Those who want to join the group, such that you can join, but please do not join both groups. All groups are the same. All groups are the same. So the link is in the chat. Yes, Jojo, you can unmute. That is the link to the group. Yes, Jojo. Jojo, unmute. Zara.
So I just wanted to say this quiz was nice, but could you next time put the time limit for each number? Because you might be writing and you don't know how much time you have remaining. So that was just a request that you put the time limit.
Okay. Okay,
Like
Zara.
12 seconds remaining. We know that there are 12 seconds remaining. I remember last time it was like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Noted.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, Galax.
So the quiz was good, but
Okay. Okay. Kindly let's meet again. Let me wish you a good evening. I've sent the link again in the group here. Yeah, I'll send a homework on the group. No worries. Okay, have a nice evening, everyone. Bye.